I'm here with Julie Edge, Minister for Education, Sport and Culture. And so obviously I go to Balcomine and there is a obvious significant overpopulation crisis at the school. How are you planning on going about sorting this problem, which is, I think teachers are often questioning it. Do you have a plan for it? How are you going to go in to sort it?
Okay, so obviously in the east of the island it is our highest population of student numbers. Balcomines has increased to over 1,700 and ideally we'd like to see it as a 1,300 school, and obviously there's been mobiles put on year. So from my point of view, yes, we do need to review the whole of the east of the island and look at capacity in both schools and make sure that the students have the best environment to be taught in to get the best outcomes for the students, rather than having a crowded environment that perhaps isn't conducive to give them the best outcomes.
Yeah, well, do you think maybe Douglas could benefit from a third high school for the increase in numbers in the area?
Well, certainly Bemmerhague, St Ninians isn't up to full capacity. There was the option when Bemmerhague was built to put additional wing on there if required in the future. And certainly, it's a capacity, I think it's about 1,260 Bemmerhague. It's not quite at that. Balcomine is over capacity, but we need to look at this in a really creative way for the East as to how we're going to move forward to make sure that the capacity issues and obviously catchment areas, I know it's been raised with Balcomine this year with Henry Bloom Noble and Braddon School, and we are giving the students in those schools, and we want to move forward with the option that they can go to either school.
Yeah, but do you maybe think that the money that you're spending on Castle Rushen for their new school, which is a very much a static population school, could perhaps be spent on perhaps a third school in Douglas? Do you reckon the money could be spent otherwise?
Certainly Castle Rushen's been talked about for a long time. I think we do need to look at the strategic approach to schools in the south of the island. Obviously there is some development opportunities and there's been some major housing developments in the south. So my view is that I need to do a full strategic review of the facilities in the south, and we come forward with the right solution for the south for a school. So
obviously gas bills have gone up this year, yet teachers have only been offered a 2% pay rise. Are you not concerned that this might detour the recruitment of new teachers and the retaining of current teachers?
So with regards to recruitment and retention of our teachers, it is challenging, and obviously we need to look at that and look at the best ways forward. With regards to teachers' pay, we're still in negotiations, so I can't comment any further on that.
See, by using the A to E examination system on the Isle of Man, on Cambridge board, are we not disadvantaging our students from who go away to the UK from competing against the UK students on the 1 to 9 qualification system?
So obviously we don't only use Cambridge, we use the Welsh board, we use other boards. That was a policy decision taken in the previous administration that, certainly the education department, they moved to the Cambridge. Does that need looking at? Obviously the professionals are the ones that should bring forward any changes like that. With regards to it, is it creating a disadvantage? I think we have lots of students that go away and they're very successful, but if it's an area that needs looking at, I'm certainly open to look at it.
See, I hear this one a lot up at school, do you think an all-island sixth form centre would be a fairer, more wider provision for all Manx students, from a teachers for becoming victims of geography from having to travel into it? Do you reckon it would benefit from an all-island sixth form?
I think we need to look, as I've said before, we'll look at the south from a strategic point of view. We need to look strategically at all of our schools and the provision provided to make sure my priority and the department's priority is to make sure that we deliver the best and an excellent education system. If there's other ways of delivering that, yes, we do need to look at them. Is it something that I wish to look at? I'm certainly looking at all the provision and the best way to deliver it on the island.
Does the Isle of Man government help for the running costs of KWC, King William's College?
The last update I had, there was no funding from the department that goes into there. Obviously, the funding mechanism of KWC, I don't know that. If there's bursaries and things like that could be done from different, there's some obviously trustees and there's other funds, they could well be happening, but that I'm not aware of.
See, final question. How do you judge a Manx school to be outstanding?
Well, at the present time, obviously, we had an inspection regime in place, which was done on the schools. Is it something that we need to look at? Yes, it is. Obviously, part of the Beeman's report, there's a group that have been put aside to look at quality assurance. And I think the key to that is we need to know where our schools are currently at to be able to implement a system going forward that ensures the quality is there and exams, etc., they're all getting delivered in the right way across the island. And that does involve inspection and quality assurance.